Shalom. Back out here once again, giving all praises, honor, and glory. To Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem HaKakodash. All right, double honors to the elder apostles and other salutations to Yakim and Shalom to you few Akwaf and a few sisters that watch. Today's Sunday, the 14th of March, and just a little windy today, a little chilly and little today. That's all right. It's definitely bearable. But yeah, back out here once again, doing the work, Today I have a particular subject I want to touch on, involving salvation for Israel, because most people that's into Christianity, I'm talking about like that's including our people and heathen nations that's into Christianity. One thing that you forget, or not even forget, but people don't understand, I should say, is that salvation is only for the nation of Israel. Always will be, and during this time to come, when Yahweh Shai, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, once he returns, all right, the Most High's go ahead, all right, or authority, all right, he's going to redeem, all right, the elect of the nation of Israel, all right. So, without any further ado, I'm going to bring out some precepts to touch on that, because people get all emotional over controversy. Basically, the Most High said he had a controversy with Zion. Matter of fact, let's get that. See, us, Snarky, bear with me 1 second. Controversy.
Here's the definition.
Here you go. Make sure I'm spelling it right. Snarky. How you doing, bro? How you doing?
I'm good.
That was you in the car?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. What's going on, bro? What's going on, brother?
Not much, man.
You waiting on me or something? You waiting on me or something?
Nah. I was posted up. I was getting ready to hit the highways and byways myself.
Oh, you were?
Yeah,
man,
absolutely. I saw the garment and I was like,
oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been teaching about 6 years, almost 6 years. So.
yeah,
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm good, man. My name's Anthony Reed.
Right,
But I'm going by Adawam Kana.
Out of what?
Adawam Kana.
Out of one or one?
Adawam.
Oh, what? An N?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Kaba? What?
Kana.
Kana?
Uh-huh.
What's Kana mean?
Reed.
It means read.
In
the Hebrew?
Yeah.
Out of one means Lord or master.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you said it's Kana.
Uh-huh.
All right. How long you been following and watching?
I've been following the Great Millstone since 2014.
Oh, you have?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So you took to 2014, so about 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So where you from?
I'm from Chicago, but I've been living here in Benton Harbor on and off for like the past since 2003.
2003. Oh, you've been here for a while then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
my people. I got a lot of family up here.
Okay, that's cool, brother.
Yep.
What tribe you from?
I think Judah.
Think you Judite?
Yeah, I think my old man is Judite.
Think your old man is Judite?
Uh-huh.
So so-called Negro. That's cool, brother. Well, you welcome to stand here and listen. I'm actually going into Salvation for Israel. All right. A lot of I was talking about the wacky tacky Christians. I follow the elder apostles of Great Millstone.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's where I've been raised and taught under the brothers I started with. They followed the elder apostles. Eventually joined the camp and everything. So I've been following the elder apostles, since I began pretty much. So yeah, I've been 2015. So yeah, I've been enduring. I ain't know where I was gonna say, but I've been enduring. I've been enduring, and I'm still out here. You been teaching?
Yeah, I'm not. I want to put it. I just got out here on the highways and byways.
Oh, so how long you been studying though? Since 2014, you been watching. So you been watching all them years?
Since 2014, yeah.
And you haven't been around no camps at all?
Well, I moved back to Chicago around that same time, and I was trying to link up with the Chicago camp, brother Malcolm.
Yeah, Elder Malcolm?
Uh-huh.
Oh, you know Elder Malcolm?
No, I was trying to find them in the city.
Oh, yeah, they down in Chicago.
But I ended up coming back. Well, I come up here every Sabbath.
Yeah.
And, recently, I've been hitting the highways and byways. I broke my back in a car accident, man. I was down for like 2 years. And,
wow.
I had been BSing around, not doing work. Yeah. But after that, I got my garment together. I got my 12 tribe chart together.
Yeah.
And I've been hitting the byway. I've been all up and around this area.
All right. You never seen me out here?
I never seen you out here. No.
Not my head. I come out usually. I usually get out here on Sundays and Mondays.
Okay.
And come out the way Esau week set up. I usually get out here Sunday, Monday, and every once in a while on Tuesday. Because the way work schedule, punch in and out the job.
Right.
Plus I have a side job I do. I'm a barber too. But I have to plan around that. And then now I'm switching shifts now. Well, I've done switch shifts now. So now I have a lot more leeway to come out here on a Sunday versus sometimes Saturday too. But usually Saturday I'll be cranking with the barber. But I'm out here usually, brother, on Sunday, no later than Mondays now. So I've been on different shifts. Okay. Yeah, so but yeah, the most important thing is teaching, man. Because I'll get that real quick.
I got my phone in the car, man.
You go grab your get your mobile sword too.
Yeah,
you grab it, bro.
Sure.
That's cool. Got Jake. Jake came out today. So he's been studying since watching since 2014. While you getting that, I'm gonna get into what I was going to get into. So I'll bring that back up when you come back up. Continuing on though, it's like for the pause. But continuing on, I was saying before, Jacob, it's about salvation and how that works out in the controversy of Zion. This is Isaiah 34, verse 8. It says, "For this is the day of Yahweh's vengeance and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. You know, one thing about controversial science is that when we went into captivity, you can stand right. Oh, that's one thing we always. Yeah, before right. I'm going to the salvation of Israel because they don't understand. If you stand your back this way, if you back this, your back, that way the cold air won't hit you. It's going this way, brother. But one thing about wacky tacky Christians is they don't realize that salvation is only for the nation of Israel. In religion, more precise Christianity, they teach you that everybody can be saved, which is not true. According to scriptures, that's not true. You know what I mean? So I'm going to the controversy of Zion because when we went into captivity, we lost our nationality. Jeremiah 17:4 took place, and we discontinued from our heritage. As Hebrew Israelites, we became Puerto Rican, West Indian, Negro, African American, Haitian, Mexican, all that, Cuban, and we discontinued from our heritage. And so for a while, the Amalekites, which are the chief tribe of Esau, they've been, on the conquest to steal our nationality since we've been down in slavery. Because Heavenly Father had turned his face from us for a while because, we had went off as a nation. We was being disobedient as a nation, so the Heavenly Father allowed us to go into slavery by sending our enemies against us. And so through that, we lost our heritage and nationality. And so coming back now, where you see so-called Negro, Latinos, Native Americans out, Israelites, we are out here. And then, everyone, have an issue with that. They have an issue with us claiming our nationality, because Ezekiel the 37th chapter took place. The awakening of Israel, the dry bones. Because we were dry bones. We became dry bones once we went into slavery. Because Jake was going through so much. As a nation, we were all going through so much. The beginning of this captivity, being constant lynches and hangings. All the atrocities that was done to us, and Jake didn't understand what was going on to him. You were in the cotton field or the sugar cane field or the diamond mine, the gold mines, and you don't know what's going on because you're trying to think, why is this happening to me? That's the thing. Jake was, all them Negro spiritual songs that came through the hardcore slavery part, And so you get the songs like Swing Low, Swing Chariot, all them spiritual, so-called Negro spirituals, and even some that come from so-called Native American songs, Well, actually, that song came from one of the North Brothers, one of the Gadites. I forget his name, William or William something. I know his name, it's in the back of my mind, but he sung that song, Swing Low, Sweet Chariot.
Yeah?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
That part I didn't know.
Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah, you could Google it. I can Google it for you.
That reminds me of another scripture.
What's that?
It said Israel and Judah will remember themselves.
Yeah, you can bring it out. You got it on deck. You can bring it out. Huh?
Right, instead of paraphrasing.
Yeah, you can bring it out. Because I know what precept you're talking about as well. I've been using my mobile for a little while now. This is easy. Sometimes it be tripping though, because it's just this whole web thing. Group 2, verse 30. Well, I start with a little. It's actually loud now. It says, "Oh Yahweh, our power, thou hast dealt with us after all thy goodness, and according to all that great mercy of thine, as thou spakest by thy servant Moses in the day when thou didst command him to write the law before the children of Israel, saying, if you will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations, where I will scatter them. Yeah, so and that was due to us being disobedient as a nation. We went into slavery. That's one of the curses. You want to get Deuteronomy 28:64 for me, please, Baba Kushah? Yeah, that's a good one too, because one of the curses is that we will be scattered among all people. All right, and so especially the southern kingdom, the tents of Judah, they've been separated indiscriminately throughout this whole earth, man. You know, I mean, you had it where us northern tribes, we went out, by the ships towards Europe. We went to Europe, different parts of Europe, and Spain and stuff. Asia. You had certain of them went to them like I remember the transatlantic slave trade being between a lot of those Middle Eastern countries as well, but like kind of like on the outskirts of the Middle East, the Middle Eastern hub, or the region, I should say. But they don't know that about the northern tribes. Some you had accounts of Gadites going over the UK and so on and so forth. So-called Mexicans, which are the tribe of Issachar. Some of them conquistadors, when they caught them, they took them over there to Spain, and stuff like that. So, you got that.
Sure.
Huh?
You said Deuteronomy 28,
64, yeah.
64.
Yeah, come on. It was a couple. I'm just like, not to cut you off. It was a couple of brothers came out here too. One came out in the wintertime. It was like when it was real cold, end of January and beginning of February. A drought where it's just super cold. He came with his wife one time, but he didn't come back. But there was another brother came through. He was going to work one night, and he ain't came back ever since. But But go ahead, read what you got though.
Deuteronomy 28 and 64. Mm-hmm. And Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people.
So, go ahead. Go ahead.
From one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
So there you go. Yahweh is the Heavenly Father. That's the Most High. All right. He scattered his people, which is us. All right. From one end of the earth to the other. All right. Like I said, especially Judah. All right. Tells you that Joel. You want to get Joel 3rd chapter real quick? Baba Kushah. All right. It tells you that Judah. All right. Especially Judah, because you had it where Judah, the tents of Judah, stayed in the land. Coming out of captivities. Like they would go back at certain times. But then after the Assyrian captivity, us northern tribes never returned as a whole. You had only remnants that stayed with the southern kingdom. But overall, the northern tribes came over here from the Assyrian captivity, and we always over here because we went into captivity under the Assyrians. We got vexed with being in that captivity and living up under them. And so what? We cried out to the Heavenly Father, all right? And he got us all the way over here. It tells you that in the Apocrypha, 2nd Esdras, the 13th chapter, how the Heavenly Father guided us, all right? He'll still flood the waters, rather. And we came on down from, we entered Euphrates and came on around the horn, down around the Horn of Africa, where the water is known to be very strong and current. And we was on boats or ships, by the way. But we came on over here. The Heavenly Father guided us on over here, and we populated the South, Central, and North America. All right, as you know today. All right, and then the bywords we call it today is Latino and Native Americans. So we all, as far as as the northern tribes, or you became Judah and Israel. Because when they say Judah and Israel, Judah just means the southern kingdom, and then at times when they say Israel, it means just the northern tribes because of the split after King Solomon. You had the northern tribes and the southern tribes. That's what it became. And so, like I said, we all came over here, and then during the transatlantic slave trade, our brothers of the Southern Kingdom came over here, all right, on those horrific slave ships, and then you had where they was already over here taking us down, all right. The conquistadors, Spaniards, the English came over here, which the New English, the real English, were Anglo-Saxons, was the Israelites that lived in Europe that was going by, call themselves Moors and stuff like that, which was, a generic term for San Marino. I mean, a Jew or Israelite that took up the religion of Islam. All right, they came over here on slave ships. All right, and not just over here, they were sold indiscriminately. You had Israelites going to South India, all through Asia. You had Israelites going to the Philippines. All right, you had Israelites going back and forth, Spain and the UK, as you know it today, the United Kingdoms. So the transatlantic slave trade was vast, selling all the 12 tribes, especially the southern tribes, the tents of Judah. You had something else happen?
Well, I just wanted to show you. I made a post about there was a post in the news recently. Mm-hmm. Okay, this was back on January 25th.
It's an article.
This is an article.
Yeah.
In Voice of America.
You can read it.
It's rather lengthy.
Well, I'm saying we can read it. Read the gist of it. The main point of it. Have you read it all over yet?
Okay, enslaved Native Americans played central role in the 1600 New England households.
Yeah. Come. Come.
And it's basically a year after Brown University brought out a study on the same note for all of those BOIs out there that claim that all the tribes are black owned.
Negroes, yeah. Yeah, that's BS, man. Them guys are not led by the Spirit.
And I found the scripture I wanted to bring out is Jeremiah 50, verse 33.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together.
That's what I was just mentioning about how the split came and how we became Israel and Judah. All right, we were oppressed together right here in America. This is the main prison of Israelites, man. That's why we always tell you this. This is a. I was speaking with another Jake from the west coast of Africa, but we were speaking about it, and I was telling him this is the high concentration of oppression. You know what I mean? Because a lot of Israelites grew up outside here. They up under curses too. No matter what Israel that we're up under curses. Don't get me wrong on that. All right. So, but over here in America, there's the reason why this is Babylon. This is the reason why this is Basra. Because there's many titles that the scriptures call America. Basra, Solomon, Egypt, the virgin daughter of Babylon, Babylon the Great. Yeah, the city of confusion. Yeah, that's what Babylon means. Confusion. This is a place of confusion because you have men laying down with mankind. You have women laying down with womankind. You have bestiality. You have pedophilia. All right.
The Amalekites calling themselves
Amalek.
the tribe of Yahweh.
Yeah.
That's confusing.
Because one thing about the Amalekites, man, they got the records and they know exactly who we are. They always, in the movies, they always make movies hitting at the scriptures. See what I'm saying? And so one thing about the Amalekites is you can find them all through J community, man. Not a lot of them, but a few of them. They always somewhere around. And I've noticed that since I've been laboring, it's always some guy, some so-called Jewish guy. He's in the neighborhood, in a store somewhere. Plus they got their hands all on the entertainment. That's what's that? Genesis the 27th chapter. Esau's blessing is to enjoy the fatness of the earth, representing the riches. You know what I mean? So that's why they control all the world economy, it's controlled by the Amalekites, man, the so-called Jews.
And it was so funny, man. Brother brought it out earlier from the video that I was watching earlier, and they was saying that the Rothschilds know who they are.
Yeah, yeah.
They know why they sitting in the power seat and why they got all the wealth.
Yeah, you look their name up. I learned this too. I was from Elder Tazadakba, Elder Tazadakba, I believe his name is. He was part of the Elder Apostles main camp. He the one brought that out. How you look their name up, and I actually did this myself. I looked the name up, and it went from Red Shield or Red Child to Rothschild. Because the word Roth means red. Well, who's a red child? You know what child mean? You know, yeah, Esau. Esau. That's why he's called Edom. Edom means red. You know, either woman. All right. So, you know, that was a good one. You know, but yeah, they know who they are. All right. Yeah, matter of fact, it was Elder Tazadakba that brought out about he was the first one I heard. I didn't say he brought it out. It's not. He's the first one I heard bring out, and I learned about what's this guy Adolf Hitler, going back to Schicklgruber and all that. Yeah, you know he was a so-called Jew. Hitler. Yeah, you look that up. He was Jewish.
Okay.
So you look that up. You know, you look at the Adolf Hitler. He was a so-called Jew, and what he was trying to do, he was trying to get rid of the Bible. But because he kept saying the Swazis are the real Jews. You guys know the Swazis are the real Jews. And that means dark or black in German.
In German.
So he wanted to actually burn the Bible. So there was nothing at all to go by. As far as you know, us knowing the scriptures, period. He didn't want it to be around because you fast forward today, which I got a video I'm processing about this comedian. He made a comment, and I watched the show for years. You know what I mean? And he made a comment about the Bible, and he said that this is a book of rumors. Now I don't remember seeing that particular episode. We come on once a week, and I'm doing a sit down. He called it a book of rumors. You know, I'm like, this guy's crazy. You mean to tell me that this book? Talking about the Bible, you know, the words of the Heavenly Father. You mean tell me just a book when you a so-called Negro, so-called black man yourself? The guy's name is Corey Holcomb. Yeah, he's from Chicago.
From the side, yeah.
West Side, I think.
Corey, yeah.
But he made that statement. I said, you mean to everything you can say, you know what I'm saying? Everything he can say, your ancestors was forbidden to read this book. They didn't want them to read, period. But especially when they allow them to read, you was forbidden them from reading the Bible. And you mean to tell me if they're forbidden from reading the Bible and they was caught, they was put to death? You mean to tell me this is just a book? Huh?
Over a book of rumors?
They put to death over a book of rumors, pretty much. Hey, grab can you grab Hosea 4 and 6? Or was it 3 and 6? You get it.
Let's try to find 6. Our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
Hey, so
There it is.
you know, you think this is a book of rumors? You're clearly destroyed mentally because there's no fucking way no one's gonna die over nothing. You mean to tell me someone died over nothing? No, it may be above your understanding. Not no, you know what I'm saying, but it may be to that one's understanding. But no, truly indeed, someone died for a reason. Everyone dies for a reason. Even if it's just simply knowing that the Most High Heavenly Father called them home, or calling back to the spirit world. We say sometimes. Same thing, heaven, spirit world. You know. That show you the intelligence of Jake, man. You know, Jeremiah 4:22. For my people are foolish. They are sottish children. That was a foolish statement he made. You know what I mean? You mean tell me our people, Israel going to slavery by ships? That was a rumor? That's one of the curses. You mean tell me that was a rumor? So the transatlantic slave trade never happened, I guess. What's on the name some curses? He should put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Right. When you Google that, who pops up?
Yeah, Google that, Corey Holcomb. And that's one of the curses. You go to the book of Deuteronomy 28 chapter. You say, like this brother said, you Google it and look at the images. You see Negro and Native Americans.
How about you won't be able to enjoy your children?
Your woman being against you, having an evil eye towards you. He talked about our women on his podcast.
He should know a lot about that one.
Exactly. Isaiah 3rd chapter come to mind. So.
We destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
That's the nutshell right there.
Sadish.
Wasn't that a stupid statement? Sadish means stupid, by the way. Him and with the Zoe Williams guy. Zoe Williams on the show, the light skinned bald guy. He look up words. He know about etymology. Look up Sadish. Zoe. And explain you. Yeah, man. I'm not making fun of you. I'm not making fun of you or trying to belittle you, man. I mean, it's like an inside humor because you're not understanding the severity of how much or the meaning that this book of rumors, as you call it, has on effect on our lives. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, speaking about the transatlantic slave trade, during the Renaissance period, the conquistadors, the Spaniards, had the Moreno translators, or the Moreno Jews translators, which were so-called Negroes that came from Europe, the UK, Spain, all that. They was translating for what so-called Native Americans and so-called Latinos were saying, but they weren't called. We wasn't called Native American and Latinos then. And what language did we speak? What language did the Moreno Jews speak? Which is another word for Moors. What language did they speak, and why did they have to translate for the so-called white man Esau when he was coming over here to the Americans that you know today? Look that up. Look up the lost lunar stone that belonged to the so-called Mexicans. What language is that stone written in? Ancient Paleo Hebrew, is it not? And you guys, man, hey, I don't knock you when you come down to comedy, but one thing about the Bible, and the Bible ain't about Christianity, by the way. I get the discontentment he got with those so-called church buildings. He got a thing with, I get that. And I don't knock that at all. Because that is foolery. But that don't have nothing to do with the Bible, man. But what they